What are you made of? You might answer that morally or spiritually, but I mean physically. What makes up you, this room, the planets, the stars, the whole universe? Today, I'm going to tell you the answer that physics has given us, and then I'm going to explain why philosophers like myself still have some questions. So, you know how your body is made of cells, and those cells are made of molecules, and those molecules are made of atoms. What if we go even smaller? Subatomic particles. Over the second half of the 20th century, the physicists gave us perhaps the most precise theory humankind has ever known, the standard model of particle physics. Think of it a bit like the periodic table of elements, but this time for the smallest particles in existence. Some of them you might recognize, like the electron, while others have some more interesting names. The left-hand side are the fermions. You can think of these like the building blocks of reality. Some of them are really good for building things, like the up and down quarks, which make up protons and neutrons, which you might recognize from the things that make up atoms. Others are a bit less stable, and it's hard to build things when your blocks keep crumbling. So, if the left-hand side are our building blocks, then the right-hand side, the bosons, these can be thought of more like the cement holding everything together. That's why one of them is literally called the gluon. The gluon sticks together 3 quarks, and these can make protons and neutrons, and these can make all the atoms in the universe. Great! Now we have our construction set for everything. What more could we want? This is where we philosophers come in. While it's the job of physicists to study these particles using enormous detectors, it's the job of philosophers of physics like myself to try to make some sense of these theories and to peek behind the curtain and build a picture of reality. In philosophy, we call such a construction set for the universe an ontology, the fundamental things from which everything is built. In my project, I hope to make an ontology for all the particles of the standard model. I'm starting first with the neutrinos, the lightest and most shy of the particles. You have trillions flying through you every second, and yet they never stop to interact, which is a bit rude if you ask me. When we do eventually detect one of these things, they have an odd habit of changing from one type to another. Although we understand this well mathematically, I argue we can only make sense of this if we stop thinking of the neutrinos as 3 separate things, but rather as one unified thing with 3 distinct states. Think of the neutrino like a traffic light. It can appear red, or amber, or green, but ultimately these are just different states of the same thing. By the end of my project, I hope to have figured out how all these building blocks fit together to build the reality we see around us. And hopefully then, I'll have an answer for you all as to what we're really made of. Thank you.